Welcome to the GMG Business Blueprint, where real people build real businesses, starting simple and scaling smart. I'm Audrey Bell-Kearney, and 3 times a week, I break down practical business blueprints you can actually use without hype, jargon, or tech overwhelm. If you're ready to turn ideas into income and build something real, you're in the right place. Good morning, good morning, good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett Land and all of my friends around the world. It's a cloudy, overcast day here in Gwinnett County. It's about 43 degrees, going up to a high of 51. I think the clouds are supposed to lift a little bit, but anyway, we're still here and we're happy. Today is Wednesday. It is Hump Day, baby. You have made it to the MIDDLE, the middle. You're just 2 days away from the weekend. I know some of you are saying, "Thank God." So listen, I got an interesting blueprint for you today. This blueprint is talking about how to start a one person hair salon. I got this idea because I went to the hair salon last Friday. And I remember when I first started going to the salons, I used to pay $25 to go to the hair salon. And when I moved to Georgia, I was in Jersey, and my hair used to be fly. Like every day, every week, my hair was pretty. I wore it short. It was cute. My stylist name was Tanya. She was nice. My hair used to be really nice. Then I moved to Georgia, and I found the stylist. She was really good as well, but my price went from $25 to $50. So I'm like, wait a minute now, that's too much money, right? But I realized I'm down here in Georgia, Metro Atlanta, the black hair capital of the world. So okay, I gotta pay and get my hair done. And I stayed with her for about 4 or 5 years, and then she decided she wanted to retire. So then I didn't have anybody do my hair. And so I haven't really gotten my hair cut for like years. Like I got it cut one time in 2020, then I let it grow all the way back out again. And then I was like, okay, I can't do, because I don't know how to do my hair. So I was like, all I would wear is ponytails. And my daughter was like, when you gonna do something to your hair? I mean, the ponytails were cute, but my daughter liked to change her hair all the time. So anyway, she referred me to a stylist, and I'm telling you, it took me about a week to book the appointment because her fee was $75. And I was like, $75 to get my hair washed and curled? Like, what in the what? But I went anyway, and I was happy. So I'm happy with my hair. And I realized that they do things differently than they used to. Like, she's in a salon suite. When I was the last 2 times I had stylists, they were in like everybody was in one room, all the stylists was in one room, and all the clients were there, and sometimes you don't have no seat, and it was cool, but it was a little chaotic. With this, she's in a salon suite and she doesn't have to worry about that. And I was like, that's pretty darn cool. So that was the reason I wanted to talk about today's topic. I wanted to give you 7 steps to launch your own solo hair business, your own solo hair salon. And in most cases, you're going to need some capital, but if you do a mobile hair salon, you can start with under $500. So let's talk about it. All right, so you're thinking about starting a hair salon. The first thing you have to think about is, do you want to be in a salon suite? Do you want to be in a salon with other stylists? Or do you want to be a mobile stylist? Right now, if you're going to start with $500, I'm going to say let's start out either one or two ways: in your house, which I don't suggest, or being a mobile stylist, which means you go to the customer. Now, I like that idea because there is no overhead. There's a little bit wear and tear in your car, but not any overhead, right? So if you know that you don't mind going to someone's house to do their hair, that's a good thing. Now, I will say this is for somebody that's listening. I like that idea. If you partner with senior centers, like senior citizen centers, you can say, on this day I'm going to come in, I'm going to do hair. You can let those people book appointments and you can go to that facility and do hair. I've seen that happen before. I thought that was amazing. Like, it gives the seniors the opportunity to feel pampered and loved, but it also gives you the opportunity to not have their overhead and do something that, because I'm sure when you're there talking to them, you get wisdom. You feel good because they feel good. You made their day, they made your day. So it's not just a fee for service. It's this exchange of good energy as well, right? So I would say look at that. If you know that you're just starting out and you don't want to get that overhead, look at partnering with the senior center and say, you know what, I'm gonna come in here every Wednesday, every Tuesday, every Thursday, and I'm gonna do hair. And I'm gonna book me 5 to 10 clients depending on the hairstyle, right? I would look into that. Now that can keep you under the $500 mark. Now just know, if you decide to go above that $500, there are emphasis cases where somebody may say, okay, you can have a chair in my salon.
and you just pay me when you get paid every week. So you know my rent is gonna be $250 every week. So I'm gonna work all week. I'm gonna make her $250. I'm gonna give it to her, and that may not be no money for you to start because you don't have to pay in advance. You don't have to pay a deposit on the chair, and if you do, it may be $250. So that still gives you your $250 left. Now that's gonna be ate up real quick when you're trying to do a hair salon. Here's why: one, you got to make sure you get your business license. Now, in the state of Georgia, to get a business license with the state is $100. I don't know how much it is where you are, but it's $100. So that's $100 gone already. Then you may have to get some other license and permits to run the business, right? So make sure you have those. Make sure you have your cosmetology license. You don't want to be out here just willy nilly doing people's hair and you're not licensed, right? Then you got to think about what equipment. Are you going to use bending irons? Are you going to use roller sets? Do you need a dryer? Are you going to use a curling iron? You got to have all of that stuff, right? And then how are you going to manage your clients? Are you going to have a CRM, which is a customer relationship management system? Are you going to use something like a style seat or a booksy? Which one are you going to use? And there may be a fee for that. They may charge you a fee. And then you got to think about your branding. You got to think about the logo, your website. And I know somebody's saying, well, I'm just going to use Instagram. That is not your website. And if Instagram decides to shut its doors today, you are AOL because you put all your content on there. You need a website. You also need to make sure your Google business profile is set up properly. Why is that important? Because you want them to leave testimonials, right? So that when people are searching for your type of stylist, they can find you. Like I told this story I think on one of the other episodes. I was looking to get my hair cut because it had grew out and I don't know how to do it. So all I would wear is a ponytail. And my daughter kept saying, "When you gonna get something done to your hair?" And I was like, "My hair is fine. Leave me alone." But anyway, I decided to get it cut this year. And last month I got it cut. So I was looking for someone who was a short hair specialist because everybody can't do hair that's short. And I found this one girl. She had her advertisement out that she was a short hair specialist. And I said, okay, well let me go check her out. So I went to her website. She had a website. Got to give her kudos for that. I get to the website, all I see is pictures of weaves. Like everything was a weave. I'm like, okay, so where's the short hairstyles? Maybe she got the weaves on there. Let me go to the Instagram page, see if she has any short hairstyles. No short hairstyles, just weaves. All she got is a long, like 12, what you call them, 14-inch weaves. I'm like, really? So then I was like, well, you know what? Because her price was good. So that's what made me go through all these steps to reach her. The price was great because I think it was like $55. And everybody else I had seen was like 75, 90, 120. I'm like, that is insane. So her price is $55. And I said, well, let me call her and see does she do short hair. I called her, I didn't get an answer, and I didn't get a call back. So why am I sharing that? She does not do short hair. That's false advertising. Do not do that. When you put your Google business profile up, be honest about who you do and who you serve, right? If you know you don't know how to do short hair, then don't put that down there. Because somebody may come to you and you screw their hair up, then you're gonna be mad because they're gonna be mad because you messed their hair up. I've seen that happen. I've gone to the salon. I've seen people who come in and they say specifically, I've seen people who have pictures. Can you do this? Yes. And then they do something totally opposite. And then the person is pissed off and then they want to get mad because you said you could do this. I showed you the picture. Don't do that. That's false advertising and that's going to cause you problems. All right? So I don't want you to do that. I want you to be honest about what you do. I want you to be honest about who you serve. Speaking of who you serve, who are you serving? Are you serving men? Are you serving women? Are you serving children? Are you serving seniors? Who are you serving? And how are you serving them? Are they coming to you? Do you have a salon suite? Are they coming to you? Are you inside a suite with someone else? Are they coming to you? You're doing hair out of your house? Or are you coming to them? Do you have a mobile salon? I don't know. Are you going to go to their center? That needs to be very clear. You need to have your hours of operation. Like people need to know if you say I start at 10 o'clock on Tuesday, you should be in the door at 9:30. There should be no reason, this is a pet peeve of mine. If you say we open the doors at 10 o'clock, you should be inside the building at 9:30. You should have drink your coffee already. You should have the dryers on, whatever. You should be ready. So when your 10 o'clock appointment walk through the door, all they gotta do is sit down and either get their hair washed or get their hair curled. a cut, or whatever it is. You can't say I started at 10 o'clock and you're walking through the door with me at 10 o'clock. Now you got to stop. You got to drink your coffee. You got to go back. You got to bite off your croissant. That's not a good thing. It is not a good thing. You understand what I'm saying? If you know you can't start at 10 o'clock, say I start at 10:30 to give your time, give yourself time to do all. I'm telling you, people hate that. They may not say anything, but that is a pet peeve of mine. If you tell me this is time I start and I'm there and you come in with all this extra, I'm a little bit annoyed right from the gate. I'm just gonna be honest with you. And I'm not even like that anal, except for about my time. Yes, I am. All right, so make sure that you know what time you're gonna start. Put all of this on your Google Business profile. Make sure that your telephone number, your email, your website, everything is the same on your Google Business profile, on your website, on your Instagram page, on your Facebook page. Everything is the same. It needs to match. That's called citations because what happens is when people go and search, if your everything is different, you got one phone number on this page, you got one different phone number on that page, you got a different email over here, you got a different address. Google don't know where to send people because you got all these different addresses and phone numbers and emails and websites. They don't know where the heck to send them. So they're not going to send you to traffic. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's the truth. So make sure that your information is matching on all the platforms that you're on. So Google will know to send that person to you. And also, if you know you're the number one short hairstylist in the state of in the town of, Jonesboro, put it out there, number one, and that should be in your tagline somewhere. It should show up in the search engines. That's how I found that girl that didn't do short hair. Like it was something like number one hairstyle, short hairstyle, or something, something, something. And then I can't find a short hairstyle anywhere on her website, anywhere on her Instagram. And then she don't even call me back. That's false advertisement. Don't do that to yourself. Because if I had went there and left a review that you know what she said she did short hair, I couldn't get an answer. I don't think they do short hair. What if I had put that there? But I'm not gonna do that because I'm not in the business of hurting businesses. I'm in the business of helping businesses. That's hence is why I'm doing this blueprint. All right. All right. So now you got that part. Now, let me say this. I'm going to suggest this. This is not a mandatory, but I will suggest this. If you know that you are starting a new salon and you know that you're going to be inside of a building, whether it be a salon suite or somebody else's suite, you should join the Chamber of Commerce. And why should you join? You should join because when it's time for you to do your ribbon cutting, they will come out, they will do a ribbon cutting for you, they will issue a press release to the press, let the community know that you're there. The press 9 times out of 10, they're going to print it. Now the story is out there for thousands of people to see that you are there to reach out to you. That's the first thing. And here's the thing, the Chamber of Commerce is probably $350, $400 a year. You're going to make that money back. The other thing is when you're running specials. Now, I don't know about anybody else chamber, but with the Gwinnett Women's Chamber, when our members a part of their membership is being able to market inside the newsletter 4 times a year. That's a part of their membership package. So if they got a special going on, if they got an event going on, all they got to do is send a flyer to us. We're going to put it in the newsletter. The newsletter goes out to 4,000 people, almost 4,000 people every Monday. So that's 4,000 people that you don't know, and they're going to see your flyer in the newsletter. That's why chambers are important. Chambers are also very important because they help you understand marketing. They give you training and education. They create a place for you to network and connect. Those are important things. People don't think they are, but they really are. Like this is an opportunity for you. Like if you know that you don't go in the office on Monday, but you can go meet up with some chamber members and get together, form your own little your own little beauty club inside of the chamber. Most chambers don't mind you doing that. If you are in the beauty and style space, I want to start a committee inside of the chamber for stylists. Listen, if someone came to me and said that, I would love that. That would be great to have a committee inside of our chamber for stylists. Oh, I would love that. I'm the president of the chamber. They came to me and said that. I'm like, look, you're gonna run the committee? Yes, absolutely. Let's make it happen. Because that means that they have peer to peer support and they have the support of the chamber to back them up. I love it. So think about that part, all right? Now make sure that you got your paperwork in order. Make sure that you got your name in order. Here's the other thing too. Don't use somebody else's name. I don't know if you saw the news story, but there was a news story last weekend. This lady, she went on TikTok or X or somewhere. She said something really stupid about people in Minneapolis should be shot, right? Just dumb for no reason. Just dumb. Well, her family owns furniture companies, right? And when people talked about when the news got a hold of the story, they started talking about the name of the furniture company. Where there's another business owner in a whole nother state with the very same name for his furniture company. And so, of course, people went bananas for her saying that people in Minneapolis should be Minnesota should be shot. When they went nuts. So, of course, her company, her family, and her poor little husband, he was like, "We don't agree with what she said." Well, honey, that's your wife. You should put a sock in her mouth and put her in a closet. Um, but people went for them. You can't say nothing on the internet these days. People went for them strong because she said something that was really heartless and stupid. Like, why would you say that? Just evil for no reason. Where the other man in the other state with the same company was getting the same kind of anger because they had the same name. So he had to constantly say, "That's not me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me." So the husband over here saying, "We didn't mean it. That's not how we think." And this other man over here saying, "It wasn't me. It wasn't me." So don't name your business the same as anybody else's name. Find a name that's different, but make sure people understand what you do. Find a name that's going to set you apart and just make sure people understand what you do. When you think about Google, who don't nobody know what a Google is. We know what it is now, but when Google first came out, I don't even know how they got the name Google, right? When Yahoo came out, well, Yahoo, the only thing that really made sense back in the day was America Online, because it makes it America. Let's get online. But Yahoo and Bing, what is a Bing? Don't nobody know what that means. We know it's Microsoft now, but when they started, nobody knew what that meant. So just make sure you have a name that is yours. If possible, trademark it so that this way, you own it, and make sure it's not duplicated. Because if you trademark it, then other people can't use it. So what happened was these two people, nobody trademarked their name. So I forgot which state he was in. I think they were in Tennessee, the first company, and I don't know what the other guy was, but he was getting the heat, boy, because this lady got on there and said something stupid. So when they put the name of the furniture company up there, his company was taking heat for something he didn't even say or do because they had the same name. So make sure that the name is different. All right. All right. What else? Oh, this is a biggie. When you talk about your services, right? Please don't offer services that you can't do. If you know you don't want to do eyelashes because standing up there trying to put one lash on at a time makes you tired, then don't offer that service. I know it's good money, but don't offer it. If you know that you don't know how to wax people eyebrows, and you don't have a steady hand and you don't like threading, don't offer eyebrow services. Just don't offer those. It's that simple, right? Don't do it. People do all kinds of stuff. I get it. We want to make money. I want to make money too. But guess what? I'm not going to offer. I'm going to not offer you that I'm going to make you some food because I'm not going to do it. I know I could cook, but I don't like to cook. It makes me miserable. So I'm not going to offer that service. I could, but I'm not. All right. Now let's break down some of what your money is going to go towards. Licensing and permits. You got to find out what those are. They could cost anywhere from $60 and up, right? Depending on what you're doing. Equipment and supplies. Depending on what type of equipment. If you want the top of the line stuff, you're gonna spend some money, right? But if you're just starting out, you get what you need to start out, and then you grow. You reinvest back into your business and you grow. Software and tools. How are you going to book the clients? Are you going to go through StyleSeat? Are you going to go through Booksy? Are you going to create some proprietary software booking system to hook to your Google Calendar or your iPhone calendar? What kind of tools do you need? Marketing and branding. This is a biggie. This is where you're going to spend most of your money outside of equipment. People need to know that you're there. And if they don't know that you're there, you don't have a business because they can't come support you, right? So you got to make sure you put some time into the marketing. And let me tell you something: posting one time on Instagram and one time on Facebook is not going to get it. Why? Because those platforms are oversaturated. Because people are spitting out content every 5 seconds now. They got AI. AI is doing the work for them, and at some point, you can level up. You know, if you have the time before you even lunch, look at how AI can help you automate some services so that you can make sure you stay in front of people right from the gate. Because times are moving quick, and you got competition that's leveraging all kind of tools. They taking like DMs, and AI is answering the DM for them. Like that person, let me tell you something. I called quite a few stylists and I couldn't get an answer. There is no reason why I should call somebody's phone these days and not get an answer. Why? Because AI will answer the phone, book the appointment, follow up, send an email, talk to the person the whole 9 yards. But you're not taking advantage of those tools. So let me tell you something. I call this company. It was a co-working space, and someone referred me. You should call them. You should call them. Also, I called them. I called them like 2 times. I didn't get an answer. I didn't get a call back. I didn't get an answer. So finally, my husband was home one day, and I said, you know what? Let's ride up here because we had to come. We had to go somewhere in that area. I said, you know what? While I'm up here, let me stop by this co-working space. So I get to the co-working space. There's nobody there to answer the door. Nobody. It is, in my opinion, just ran so poorly. Beautiful place, not ran very well. So I'm sitting so I see a guy go in. I say, hey, do you work out of here? He goes, yeah. I said, how can I see it? He said, let me call the owner. Now, mind you, the owner was upstairs in one of the other suites. What am I saying? Beautiful place, but they need management. If you can't afford to hire people, put systems in place. Somebody should have been there to answer the telephone. Like you can have a AI agent answer the phone, book the appointment, all of that. You don't have to necessarily have a person anymore. And I know that's crazy to say, but it's the truth. And a lot of small businesses just don't have the capital to hire people. That's why you gotta look at a $20 tool and see, can it help me answer the daggone telephone. And if you don't know what you're doing, find somebody that does. Right? Find somebody that does. All right. All right. So that's important. So your marketing, answering the telephone, all of these things are really, really important. All of them. And let me say this, being an entrepreneur is not for the faint of heart. It's not. If you are feeling afraid right from the gate because I'm saying all this stuff, then you may want to seriously sit back this weekend and rethink being an entrepreneur. For real. Because it is not, I'm not saying this to scare anybody, but I want you to understand that it's not easy, but it's doable. It's not easy, but it's rewarding once you get past the humps, and you don't ever get over all of them because there's always gonna be some kind of bump in the road. I don't care how much success you have, you're always gonna run into a bump in the road, right? So many times. But if you're getting scared right from the gate, like this is a mess, yeah, don't do it. Don't do it to yourself because it's gonna be rough. And this is small, right? This is a small startup. So I want you to take some time to think about it. I wrote a whole article on goodmorninggwinnett.com. You'll see it on the home page. Click the article, read the entire article. A lot of great information there. It's a lot of stuff there I didn't get to because it's a lot. But I wanted to give you the starting points. I wanted to give you some insight. I wanted to share some thoughts with you. So yeah, check it out. All right. All right. Let me know if you start, especially if you're here in Gwinnett County somewhere. I want to know. And listen, if you do start, go join the chamber, GwinnettWomen'sChamber.com. We will come out. We will do a ribbon cutting for you. We'll put an article in the newspaper. I'll run an article on the Good Morning Gwinnett site, on our news site, and as a matter of fact, with your membership, you get to come on the show and talk about your business. Yeah, like this, like talk, but video. I had a member. I had a member last month. She joined. I said, "Hey, so you want to come on the show and talk about it?" She's like, "Nope, I'm not there yet." So she didn't want it. She wasn't ready, But it's a part of the package. And why is it a part of the package? Because I'm the president and founder of the chamber, but I own Good Morning Gwinnett. So if I can give you more visibility for your buck, why not take it? Some people they're just not ready. She's like, "I'm not ready," and I said, "Okay." But anyway, join the chamber if you're here locally in Gwinnett County. And even if you aren't, now we can't come to you out of state to do a ribbon cutting, but when we start our online classes, you are welcome to become a member. We got a discount rate for that and be a part of our online community where we do online trainings. All right? All right. All right, that's all I got for you today. I'll be back again Friday with another great episode. So listen, you guys stay safe out there. And do me a favor, support the show. There's a link that says support this show. Do me a favor and support the show. $5.99 a month is all it costs to support the show, support the website, support the blueprints. I want to help you. So help me help you. All right. I thank you for that. And also subscribe to the show, like the show, share it with 2 friends, not 1 but 2. And it's free to share. It is free. All right. Be back again Friday with another great blueprint. Until next time, my friends, until next time, make it a great day. Bye, everybody.
That's today's business blueprint. If you want deeper guidance, marketing, AI, and scaling strategies, you'll find them inside the Blueprint Room, our coaching community for people building real businesses. Go to theblueprintroom.space to become a free member. You can explore today's blueprint and join us at theblueprintpress.today. Until next time, start simple, scale smart.